Howdy y'all, and welcome back to the channel. Sometimes people will tell you that change is good, but other times when we're reminiscing about the past or we're in moments of vulnerability, we'll often look at the past and think about the ways that we wish we could have changed it. Something that's unnerving about old world research is that the variables of our discoveries are often expanding or changing almost by the day as more and more individuals join into this ever-growing community. The more things in the mainstream that also appear to be changing, the more I believe that the history of the old world and all of its advancements become more prudent to understanding ourselves and where we are going as a society. Yesterday, I made an amazing video after I'd come across a cornucopia of 3D or stereoscopic glass photographs that were preserved in the private collections of the Library of Congress in the United States. Now, these all date back roughly 150 years or more. That video featured nearly 125 unique 3D photographs of the old world country of Ireland alone. And all of these photographs, every single one, was an image that I had never seen showcased anywhere else on the internet before. So if you haven't checked out that video yet, I would recommend pausing this one right now and going to check out that video because you would absolutely love it, and I will leave a link for it down below as well. That being said, now that I have this access to some of the more private or hidden records in the Library of Congress and some of these photographic records, I was able to find some images that are absolutely breathtaking. Now, in today's video, I wanted to focus on a handful of the 3D or stereoscopic images that were not taken in Ireland. And these are all said to be taken in different palaces or castles all around the world. You'll have castles in Northern Africa, you'll have castles in Spain, you'll have castles in really all parts of Europe that are showcased here, but you'll even have some castles or ancient remains that are showcased in America as well. So not only does that depict some sort of ancient or advanced civilization that at least was building similar castles all around the world, but it also shows us that this stereoscopic or this 3D photography capability was available all around the world as far back as the 1860s. So that was really revealing in this narrative. But let's get right into it. Many of these images, luckily, will have a brief description or a title that is showing you exactly what you are looking at. And I had a ton of fun sharing the 3D images of Ireland with you yesterday, and the response in the comments of that video were so overwhelmingly positive that I thought, hey, why not share the rest of these images with you in a follow-up video? Now, there is not much of a tie between all of these images except for the fact that they were discovered on the Library of Congress private photograph collections. Now, once you are in there, once you are signed up, you are able to sort photographs in different categories, looking at them by country, by region, by decade, and by the type of photograph itself. So that is how I came across some of these stereoscopic or 3D images that I will be sharing with you today. Now, what I found abundantly interesting is that we have images here from all over the world. We have images that are taken in Northern Africa. We have images that are coming to us from Europe. We have images that are coming to us from the United States. And all of them are using this advanced 3D camera, basically indicating that this type of technology was available all around the world, even as far back as the 1860s. And just to follow up on that, before I read in the comments how many of you can say, well, this was probably the same photographer going around the world and taking all of these images. But when you look at the Library of Congress alone, and that is not an end-all be-all of all images that ever existed. It's only a mere fraction of them. But even on the Library of Congress website, you can find thousands of images that were taken in this 3D or stereoscopic style, meaning that either these men taking these photographs really did have a lot of time and spent their entire lives traveling the world taking these photographs, or this technology, this type of camera, really was a lot more abundant than history gives it credit for. Almost as if the stereoscopic or 3D camera, much like the castles and the walls and the architecture in these photographs, was something from the old world, a piece of Antiquitech. Either way, I felt as though a second video on the subject of 150-year-old 3D photography would definitely be of interest to some of you, even if we are just going to look through these images together. Mind you, again, I was able to locate probably 1,000 or more high-quality 3D images from the 1800s onward. However, I've chosen these 60 in particular as I feel they are the best representations of the Antiquitech at work. Basically, not only showcasing the high-quality images that these stereoscopic cameras could take, but also showing you downright ancient-looking castles and structures with the most mysterious histories. Again, in many of these images, which stretch over a vast number of different countries and continents, you will see the same sorts of architecture on display. You will see castles that are built so similar, and palaces so similar, monuments, and even location-wise, the layouts of these cities and these entire towns that are shaped around these castles and these monuments, these cathedrals, these churches, these pillars, all of it. You'll notice many of the same things appearing to be precariously perched on the same places in different cities and towns all around the world, on mounds and on mountain ranges that seem to indicate that an ancient culture had either ties to one another, ties to a higher source, or architectural history as we know it is very much a convoluted mess for a reason. We can thank the powers that be for one thing, though, that is, having someone down the line put all of these photographs into a digital database, a storage facility, with a selection of thousands of these 3D or stereoscopic images from the 1800s, which we probably have been the first to look at these images in decades, if not ever. So I'm just happy to be able to share these with you today. So that's all that today's video was. Just a hand-picked selection of old world 3D quote-unquote photographs from all parts of the world, all dated to pre-1900, all taken using advanced stereoscopic cameras, and all seeming to produce images with such clarity and detail that it really makes us wonder what happened to photography in the 1880s through the early 1900s to seemingly make photography take a step back instead of a step forward. Does it have anything to do with a reset? Does it have anything to do with old world findings? Maybe the tycoons of industry? I have a ton of questions here, and I also have my own personal opinions, but I will save that for another video. I'd love to hear your thoughts and ideas down below. What image in this video or images stood out to you the most? Did you try to view these images in 3D at all? I heard the cheaper cardboard headsets even worked well to view these 3D images, the ones that you load your phone into. So if any of you had any success in viewing these images in 3D, I would love to hear about that in the comments. The old world is seemingly closer than it's ever been, as we continue to put our minds together and support and uplift other researchers. We can together begin to unravel the years of nonsense that most of the narratives from pre-1900 tend to contain. For the rest of this video, I'm just going to let these photographs play out, but before I go, I want to say thank you for helping the channel to reach 24,000 subscribers. This was a huge achievement, and I'm very, very proud of the channel. It's absolutely shocking and truly inspiring to me that so many of you are willing and eager to try to decipher the old world like I am. Your likes on the video, your subscribing, and most of all, you sharing these videos is the best way to get this content out there to the rest of the world. I'm doing my best as a one-man operation to continue to draw conclusions while sharing photographs that I find unique and photographs that I had never seen shared with anyone else before. If you feel it in your heart, you can also support the channel here or reach out to me directly here. I look forward to our next video together, which will be a more in-depth dive. And for the rest of this video, let's just relax to some of Brian's awesome piano music and enjoy these images. Thank you again so much for being here. Let me know any thoughts or comments you have about this old world 3D technology from the 1800s in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think about these photographs, about the lenses for viewing them, and about the castles and the different things that are depicted in these images. It certainly seems like photography in the 1860s was more advanced than it was, let's say, 20 years following that. Now, that could just be due to the nature of these glass slides and how well they are preserved, but either way, I want to hear your opinion down below, and I can't wait to talk to you on the next video.